Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Finance for Travel Agent. Finance for Travel Agent is a program that I created. It's normally part of our mentorship program. I run a mentorship program for travel agents, been running it for the last few years. It's membership based. We do Monday mornings, Friday afternoon sessions. We have a very active WhatsApp group, community to support and help agents. If you have any, I did upload a few more of our old sessions into the YouTube channel, so this will be uploaded to YouTube as well. If you could like, you could share it. This finance piece is completely free for everyone. Feel free again and invite people that you know that may want to learn a little bit more about finance, specifically for travel agents, but this is more general. We already did an intro session and then talked about business structure and how to pay yourself. And now we're going to talk about merchant accounts. The next session will be next Tuesday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be posting in this page where you signed up. This is where it will be, and then later uploaded onto the YouTube channel. When you sign in, if you want, you have an option to ask a question related to a specific session, even past sessions. If you're watching this as a recording and you have a question on this, please write it and I will address it at the end of the session or at the beginning, and depending on that. Um, the goal in this whole program is to start from, again, one is leading to the other. So when we talked about business structure last time, we were talking about how to pay yourself, whether it's 1099, whether it's a salary, W-2, the structure of the business. And now we're talking about merchant accounts and how to actually get paid for your agency, for yourself and for the agency. So, what are merchant accounts? Merchant accounts are a way for you to collect funds directly from the consumer, right? This is one option, and then we will talk about the issues, problems, and ways to, we'll call it, to avoid them or bypass them. But in general, a way for you to charge, whether you are charging fees, booking fees, cancellation fees, um, planning fees, anything that you might want. Maybe you are booking net, you're booking something that is you're building on your own, you're booking flights, you're booking hotels, you're booking transfers, and you want to provide your client an invoice of your own and to have them pay them directly to you. Okay, that's what a merchant account does. Now, again, they are going to use a credit card. There are other options which we're going to talk as well, but the main one would be a credit card. So the way that it works, you have to sign up with a specific company. The company allows you to collect credit card from the clients. They will take merchant fees. They will take a portion of the total amount. So if you are in a point where you are buying net or you're building your own packages and you are reselling it to clients, then you have to make sure that this is profitable enough, because a lot of the vendors will take fees up to about 3.5%. So if you are making 5, 6, 7% commission on the booking, and we are looking at the total. So we are not looking at non-commissionable taxes, everything. We are looking at the total, because the amount that the merchant is going to take from you is the total amount that is paid. So calculate the commission. Just make sure that after that, um, there is still enough funds there to make sure that you at least cover the cost. And of course, we're not just doing it to cover costs. We want to make, we are for profit business. So we want to make money. Um, so why would you even need that? Because you have the opportunity to work with other suppliers that will allow you to mark up, right? If you are booking packages, if you're doing companies like Europe Express or maybe even Vax Vacation Access, you can mark up over there. You can add your fees. You can add all of this. This is to a point where you either want to build something your own, which I will say this is more advanced, right? If you're escorting something, you're maybe booking a bus, you're adding some things to existing tours, and the supplier, or maybe again, you're working with the DMC, a destination management company in the destination that offers a very attractive net rate, but they don't have the capacity to pay you commission. They don't have infrastructure. They don't have people that are working in the US. And everything, or they might, if you book net and with them and you have to pay them, then they'll make everything a little more complicated with bank fees and wire fees and conversion of currencies and all of that. So this is where you might be looking into collecting funds. Now, the main companies that are out there that a lot of people will use are the Square, the Stripe. Now, the problem with the travel industry is considered a very risky business. There's a lot of fraud, there's a lot of chargebacks, there's a lot of issues with the travel industry. So a lot of the regular companies, a lot of the merchant companies will actually exclude travel agencies from associating with them. So they won't allow a travel agency. So Stripe, for example, is very adamant. If they see even that you're transacting something that is a little more for travel or that your company name has travel in it, they will send you a notification to verify that you are not a travel agency because they won't take you as a client. It's just too risky for them. Square, although they have some policies for travel agents, they do allow it. Again, I would suggest if you are looking to open one to open, don't lie on the application, write exactly what it is that you do, and then let them decide. Other options would be through your bank directly. A lot of the banks, like Bank of America, Chase, the big ones, will offer merchant fees, merchant accounts that will allow you to collect funds. All of those for small businesses will be mostly at the higher tier. So 3.5% plus, if I'm not mistaken, 10 to 15 cents per transaction. So again, if you're charging $1,000, they will take 3.5% from it, which is $35 if I'm not mistaken, plus another 15 cents. Something you also bear in mind, if you have to refund your client and they want their money back because they changed their mind or something, because you took a good faith deposit and you said, I'm going to refund it back to you, then the most merchants right now will keep the fees. So you will be losing on that if you decide to do that. Um, Again, charging for the whole amount for the whole trip can be expensive. It needs something needs to be like worth it financially. So that's why a lot of agents will do it just for the booking fees. So assuming you have a booking fee, a planning fee, or maybe you are charging cancellation fee, change fees, all of those, you do want to have it included in your terms and condition to say when you need to book, you will be charged $250 in order to cancel or a change fee. Or if you have planning fees and you're sending a document to the clients where they have to approve and sign off, where they're contracting you as the travel professional to do the work for them, this is how you will charge fees. Now, there are other ways to charge fees that are not directly with your agency. Some hosts, for example, will allow you to charge fees at the host level. So when you are charging, I am one of my hosts is Travel Planners International. They do allow you to charge a fee through their system. So when the client charges when you charge your client's card, it will show Travel Planners International. It won't show your account. It won't show your merchant. Um, the advantage is that you don't have to deal with getting a merchant fee. The disadvantage is if you have a split with the host, they might charge the split on that amount, which honestly, again, if it's small amounts, then maybe if you charge a 50, $100 fee, maybe. But if it's again, you're looking to charge the entire cost of the package, this won't be worth it. Again, they will take a portion of the entire charge. So be careful with that. When you are charging with the host, you do it will bypass any issues that you might have with the Florida seller of travel or California seller of travel, which again does not the California and the Florida, they do not, even though it says you're not supposed to take money directly, they do allow it. There's just more hoops you have to jump through in order for you to allow to do it. So you'll need your own seller of travel. You might need to get a bond. It needs to be a separate bank account. Money needs to sit at escrow. So there are rules for it. If you are in Florida, if you are in California, there are some rules for that. Again, ways to avoid it. One way is to charge through a host. There are a couple of CRMs like TravelJoy that will allow you to send an invoice and then they are the ones who charge. They won't have a split, but they do charge. They will take a portion from it. If you are just booking regular trips, let's say packages, Mexico, Caribbean, you're using a lot of the tour operator, Vacation Express, Pleasant Holidays, Delta Vacations, all of those allow you to add fees, markup, or just book agency fees or things like that. You can just add it to the reservation. As always, most of them will charge fees on top of the amount that you add. So let's say, for example, Funjet, ALG, if you add $100 booking fee, they will take 10% of it. So you will get 90 from that 100 that you added. But that will allow you to present your client one lump amount and they won't necessarily see the breakdown. Note that in some states, it's better to write rate includes all taxes and fees. In some states, you have to break down the fees if there are fees. If it's just a markup, it's fine. But if it's a separate fee that you normally charge, like a booking fee, you need to show an itemized list. There are ways to do it even on, on Vax and things like that. You just have to edit it later. Vax, again, ALG now and Vacation Express and some other companies will now allow you to keep the add-ons that you add as cancellation fees. So reach out to those companies and double check how or if your host allows it, and then you can claim and keep the fees if someone cancels, kind of like a cancellation fee. If you do have fees, the proper best practice would be to have terms and conditions to double check that the client is aware of the cancellation policy. So on top of the supplier fees, I have my fees. The fees are ABC. Just have it written down, whether they click on the tag, they sign it, they approve it, make sure that it's listed. If you have fees, it doesn't mean that you have to charge them. So it's your own discretion whether you want to charge the fees, waive the fees, reduce the fees. I have fees, but in most cases, I will say, hey, the fee is normally $150 per person to cancel. I will waive the fee if we would rebook, if we change the dates, if we right now, before we actually cancel or during the cancellation, you have 30 days to book a new one. Otherwise, the fee applies. So you can use that as an incentive for someone to stay with you, book with you, or again, just charge the fee. It's up to you. Or you can say, we're going to charge the fee, we're going to keep the money in-house as a future a deposit or a future credit with our agency. Again, sky's the limit. It is your option. You are the business owner. You decide what you want to do and how you want to act. Um, with credit cards, if you are charging in-house, and honestly, even if you are charging not in-house and the supplier is doing the charge for you, make sure that you have a credit card authorization form. Make sure that you have everything because disputes are on you. Whether you again used their merchant account or your merchant account, if you have too many disputes on your own merchant account, it will cause it's like a credit score. So the merchant can drop you, or they can say, look, you've been having a lot of issues with disputes. We are going to keep 10%, 20%, 50% from everything that you charge in-house to make sure that we don't have any issues. So let's say, for example, you charge $5,000. They're going to say because we have an issue, we've had too many disputes, we are going to keep 5,000 of that amount in kind of like an escrow. It's going to sit there. And if you charge more, you're still going to get it. But 5,000, as long as you still use our services to charge credit cards, it will be held as guaranteed that we don't have issues. The way that it works with a merchant account, if a client disputes, you have X amount of time to provide proof. If you can't provide proof or it's not enough proof, the merchant company will just go into your bank account. They will take the money, they will refund it to the client, whether you have the funds there or you don't, again, depending on your bank, but you will go like overdraft. It will be an issue. So if you are going with a merchant, uh, again, at the beginning, probably try and get the amounts like low, just the booking fees, just the planning fees, and not for the whole trip. It can be a little more risky. Um, Anyone here in the group has using merchant accounts or charging credit cards, whether it's in-house or any other, the ones that I've mentioned, the options? Nope. Okay. Um, when you're okay or not, are you looking to? I mean, you joined the session to consider. Are you charging fees? Are you planning on charging fees? Again, I will call this a little more advanced to do. I don't think people need to be afraid of charging fees, but it's not for everyone. Right. What I teach in my mentorship program, the reason the charge fees are if you offer a service that no one else has, maybe it's your knowledge, your expertise, maybe you have special group rates, special offerings, maybe you have people that are just tire kickers and wasting your time. You want to have a fee so people make sure that people are serious about it. Perfect. I wanted to reach someone said We Travel. So We Travel is one of the options that you can use and sort of like a CRM. Well, they collect the funds, have the money there, and they have reduced fees if you're using some of the suppliers and things. So We Travel is an option. Um, again, to bypass the charging direct. They do have fees, they do have issues there from time to time, but you might want to take a look. I've done training. You could do some. They'll gladly um, present the system to you to see if that's something you want to consider and do. Now, when you are charging again, the merchant, you will get from the merchant, from the bank, from whoever's processing your cards, you will get it's kind of like a 1099. It's a specific one for for everything that you charge, because everything that went into your bank, everything that you charge is technically considered income. For accounting purposes, you want to use what you paid the supplier as an expense, and then the difference is the profit. And of course, the fees that the merchant account takes are an expense that you can write off the business. But again, if you charged $10,000, but you went on with the supplier and you charged $8,000, so the $2,000 difference minus the fees, minus everything, again, the tax purposes, the whole $10,000 that hits your bank is profit, and then you write the $8,000 as an expense. So again, if you do have a merchant account, it's you need to show a little more. You need to do a little more bookkeeping for your business in order to make sure that everything's correct, so you don't have issues with the bank. Some merchant accounts, especially at the beginning, will take a little more time to pay. Once you establish enough I don't want to say credibility or time that goes by and there's no issues, you will, when we charge now, we get the money the next day. So next day it hits our account. Uh, we've been using several merchant accounts for years now, and we haven't had any issues. So yeah, so that really again depends on that. Um, Again, highly recommend that you use that as advance if you are charging the whole amount. But if you want to start with the fees, planning fees, change fees, cancellation fees, it's a good thing to have, whether you are going to charge them or not. If it's a small amount and it's just for the beginning and you're not sure you want to charge, you want to connect with a merchant account, and you can do it through the host or something. There are no fees with the ones that I've mentioned, like Square and Stripe and all of those. There is a vendor, there is a supplier that is preferred with Asta. They were recommended by Asta. I actually got an email from them today. Um, it's called, of course, I kept it, National Transaction Corp. And I will share because I just got an email from them. Not that uh, I don't necessarily work with them, and I'll tell you, we'll call it the problem that I have with them, but it's not a bad solution. Share. So the company is called NTC, National Transaction Corp. They are Asta recommends them. You can reach out to them and see. You can book an appointment and connect. Their fees are variable. So the fees are not flat 3.5%. It depends on the type of card that your clients are using. If you have clients that are using a lot of American Express Platinum, some of the rewards, high rewards, you will have fees sometimes even higher than 3.5%. But if you have clients that are using a lot of debit cards, a lot of simple cards, not like uh, special rewards, travel cards, then your fees might be really low, like a 1%, 1.5, 2. You don't know, you don't really know what cards clients are going to use. So that's the risky part. They also have like a monthly fee for the terminal or whatever they call it. So they do have a monthly fee for that lower. If you are charging a lot, if you know your clients are using mostly debit cards and simple cards, if you have a storefront or you meet up people in person and you have access to the card to tap or to swipe the cards, then this might be a better option, a cheaper option, we'll say. Because when you swipe or when you tap the card, it's less risky because the person showed their card. They can't claim fraud in that sense because they provided the card. It's less risky when you did the transaction in person compared to keyed or over the internet. So it's less risky for the merchant, therefore they're charging less per transaction. Um, but yeah, again, about merchant fees, about charging fees. Again, I've mentioned if you have tire kickers, if you have people that are wasting your time, if you have cancellation fees that you want to utilize. I have multiple businesses. I use Stripe and Square. I also use something with through my bank for something else. But you can get like a terminal even. You can get something that will connect to your phone. I think I have it somewhere here, but it's an attachment or with Bluetooth. You've probably seen it in a lot of the stores. You'll see the Clover. You'll see a lot of the companies that are out there that are providing merchant fees. But travel agencies in general, again, considered very risky. Travel agencies and gas stations, for some reason, very, very risky. The fees are really high. That's why, again, in some states, you'll see the cost of cash compared to credit. Credit card merchant fees are really high. And honestly, the main reason why they're so high is because of the credit card points and miles and the perks that people are provided when they're using credit cards. If you like your points, if you like your credit card points, the merchant, the supplier on the other side, they're the one who are paying for it. And that is the reason why the fees are so high. There is an ongoing I know people are speaking right now with Congress and with everything to try and reduce the fees and therefore eliminating a lot of the points, the credit card points, the miles, and all of it. It's an industry. I know from other countries where the merchant fees are under 1%, the points for the clients are almost worthless. If you have 1 million points, you get a toaster, you get earphones or something to yeah, that's what they're worth. Here, they're worth a lot of money. But in other countries, they're not, and it has to come from somewhere. Um, so that is probably the reasoning for it. And of course, we have happy trigger people. We're like, oh, I'm going to dispute the charge. I didn't like it. I'm going to dispute. I didn't enjoy it. I'm going to dispute. People think it's again very easy on the trigger. Just make sure that you have all the documentation that is needed, whether it's text, an email, and maybe an electronic signature through a CRM or a form or whatever it is that you're providing to make sure that you are protected. Worst thing that can happen is someone went there, traveled, came back, they're not happy, and they submit a dispute. And then the credit card company comes and wants to take the money back. And now you might have issues there. I'm not saying, I mean, there are more ways to protect yourself and things like that. Again, you can add to your terms and conditions some things about disputes. Um, there are a few attorneys that are recommended either through ASTA and from a lot of the groups that you can reach out and they can use the terms and conditions. Again, having terms and condition and someone even agreeing doesn't mean that they are still not going to do that and then you'll have to sue them or something, but they're still going to take the money from your account. So make sure that if you are charging fees, that you have a healthy balance in that corporate card. Again, for the first session that we talked about, separation between your personal funds and your business is really important if you are taking that step. The liability, the cross funds between private and business, very important again to protect yourself so they don't come and take money from your personal accounts and then you don't have money to pay your mortgage or electric bill. So again, just make sure that you are protected in a lot of ways and that you're not if you're not ready for it, if you're not there yet, you can charge the fees through other means, again, like a host. Some people also open a secondary company that is not a travel agency, that is more like a consulting company that will charge. It's another way to bypass some of the Florida
Alexa, stop.
options, but yeah, that is a possibility as well. Any questions? Anything about the subject?
This is a reminder. Put out garbage.
Yeah, put out garbage. Alexa's saying you gotta.
Alexa, stop.
Um, okay. Again, any questions? Anything about the subject? Well, I hope it helped you. For the people who are watching this later, we will have another session this next week. Next Tuesday, talk about the next subject. So please use the link. It will be in the YouTube below to register. And I hope to see you guys next week as well. Thank you.